Is there a name for this feeling? Does anyone else ever have the feeling where somebody is just such an amazing person and a miracle to have in your life? You always question if they are a real person and not just a figment or your imagination. Is this some sort of mental disorder? Cause sometimes I'm dead convinced I'm just making things up in my head about this person actually. The girl I love. So there's this girl I met last year and I sort of liked her then, but I didn't really initiate anything or talk to her much because I guess I was scared of coming out as my introvert cocoon. But this year she found out that I still liked her and we started to talk more, and it turned out that she had feelings for me. We started to date and I think I've fallen for her. I don't have any experience with dating, but I've never cared for a person more in my life or felt as happy as I do now. I haven't told her that I love her, but I really want to just tell her, but we haven't been dating for long, so I don't know if I should or if she feels the same way. I like this girl. What words to use? I like this girl at uni. I kind of noticed the girl group of friends was staring at me many times and I started catching feeling for this girl now. Basically, I'm at uni and I literally have 3 weeks left, then I'm gone and I will never see her again. I want to go and tell her I like her, but some say don't give my number first time, but talk to her a few times before, but I have no time to do that due to essays to do. But some say just give your number, it's fine. I'm just confused about it. My preferred option would be give my number. Can someone tell me what should I say to her? I don't know her. We have just been looking at each other, that's it, for a week now, just to say I'm interested. It's messing my head about. I can't stop thinking about her. This night, 8/25, I took her arm and she hugged me. I hugged her back. She stayed in my arms for 5 minutes as we waited for her to ride a jeep. She faced me and smiled. She hugged again. This time she rested her head on my chest as she asked if she could tickle my neck. I kinda refused at first but gave up because she was that cute when she pleads. After she stopped tickling, I kissed her forehead a few times. Couple minutes passed, a jeep arrived. We said our goodbyes and went separate ways to go home. The girl I'm in love with. So there's a girl that I've known since last year. I knew her through a friend, and from the moment I first laid eyes on her I was stunned. When I say she was literally the girl of my dreams, it wouldn't even be an exaggeration. She's young, and as young as she was just recently out of an incredibly serious relationship. But that didn't change the way I thought about her. I worked up the nerve to message her online, and after a little while I heard back from her. I was ecstatic, I couldn't believe it. But when I asked her for a date sometime, she revealed some of her situation to me. I was upset, but I understood. And I could do nothing but respect it, and we continued to talk for a short while. Then one day, something happened and I didn't hear from her, and after asking our mutual friend, I realized that it was not the best time for her. Acknowledging that, I tried to make the best of the situation, and gave her the distance that she might have needed. Then I just waited. Fast forward 5 months, I'm on vacation and I suddenly get a message from her. I can't even begin to describe the excitement, what was going through my mind at the time. A few weeks later, and I had worked up the courage to finally ask her out to dinner. March 29th shows up, and I meet her for Mexican. I was sick and she was anxious, but it couldn't have been a more perfect evening. We ate, and we talked for hours afterwards. I learned so much about her and enjoyed every minute of it. From that moment forward, we were together, seeing one another weekly, having the most wonderful times together. Here's where it picks up. Without going into detail, she did reveal to me some of her more intimate details, which did include anxiousness and emotional woes. I had never experienced anything of the sort, but to be so close to it gave me a new perspective on health issues such as this, and it really opened my eyes. It gave me a new understanding of her, which I was more than thankful for. And she, being who she was, opened my eyes and heart to so many things. We fit, and it was perfect on so many different levels. I could be myself with her, she was perfect. She really was a dream girl. And now, unfortunately, we are not together. And I honestly hate it. It may be for the right reason, but to not be with her is the worst feeling in the world. After we talked about it, I sat down, thought over everything, and wiped away the tears. Because I love her. I love her like you wouldn't believe, and I have for some time. She wasn't just a girlfriend, she was part of my soul. Part of my very being. I'll still see her every week, but to not be with her in an intimate atmosphere, to know that all I can do is wait, it breaks my heart. But she knows that I love her, like I couldn't love another. And if she doesn't know now, she will know that I will absolutely wait for her. I'll be waiting, hoping, and praying for her. Fell in love with a stranger. Have you guys ever fell in love with a stranger? I feel so immature, but we looked at each other but didn't really have the guts to talk to each other. Maybe this person was being just nice, but have you ever felt connection by looking at someone? I know I won't see this person, but I have this hope that if I do I will make the move, but I know I won't. I would love to hear your stories, just make me feel better. I feel goddamn fantastic right now. Talking to an old friend for the first time in about a year that I am just stupidly in love with, and I feel great. We studied abroad together probably 4 years ago, and we tend to have months of silence where we drift apart due to living on opposite sides of the world. But whenever we get back in touch, it's like a single day hasn't gone by and it's right back to it. I know this is a dead sub, but I just needed to actually type out how I feel about her so I can, I dunno, make myself fully realize it. I've been in plenty of relationships since I met her, and even end up discussing the horribleness of those relationships with her. I'm not a smart man, hush, I know. But have never been able to keep her out of my head. When I think of being happy, I think of her. It's fucked up. She's at times mean, rude, abrasive, and sometimes just tough to be around. She legit bit me once, but she has the voice of an angel, and I wouldn't trade knowing her for anything in the world. Just something about her, she's one of the few people that I can really converse with. Shit, I'm an awkward antisocial mofo 90% of the time, but we used to somehow have told 8+ hour long Skype calls about absolutely nothing several days a week, so holy shit, conversing max. I doubt anything will ever happen between us due to the logistics, and I'm okay with that, but I still wouldn't trade these once every few months chats for anything. It's weird and I kind of hate it, but that's how it goes, I guess. I dunno, I'm crazy, and based on the username I just may be slightly inebriated. You'll never guess on what. Advice PLS. Hello guys, this is my first time using Reddit. To be honest, I don't even know if the topic is suited or if anyone will read this, but still I would like to write about something which concerns me RN. So, I'm still going to the school and it is my last year. Then, there is a girl in my class and I think I have a total crush on her. One problem is that we have no more lessons in school as we prepare for our final exams. Another problem is that we never really talk with each other and I basically know nothing about her. What kills me is the fact that I'll never ever see her again after the exams, and it already hurts in my brain every day when I think about her. Another issue is that I am very shy and I never asked a girl out. I don't know what to do as the fear of getting rejected prevents me from texting her. Can somebody help me or give me some tips? Or did you find yourself in the same situation? Sorry for my English, I'm from Germany. I'm so confused about this girl. I like this girl and it was bait I like her, and to me she did like me too, as she made it obvious as well. But I never asked her out, she kind of left and I didn't see her for ages. So my mate said message her on social media. I didn't want to as it'd be embarrassing to do that, plus I don't know her, but my mate was like, if she doesn't look or reply, don't worry about it and get over it. So I sent her a message, nothing happened. I was so embarrassed as I see her friends around sometimes. I see her one day after a few months while I was working. I served her and we both laughed about it. But she gave me eye contact, which I looked back like she likes me still, and before that she was talking so loud to someone she knows, like to tell me she's here, as I was not facing her side. I see her again weeks later on the street. I looked at her, then looked down as I'm still embarrassed. I see her smirking too and looked down to the floor. I look back up and she give me that same eye contact. It's like that kind of I miss you kind of eye contact / stare. I see her AG in the same week in workplace. I was on break. I get called to serve while my colleague is serving her. I didn't look at her, but when I was walking past to get to my place, she was looking straight, but as soon I walk past, she looks up really quickly. I'm confused. Looking for an image. Hi guys, I'm trying to find an specific image. It's like one of those simple drawings and it was like a 4-panel comic like draw. It featured a person laying in bed that is texting with someone and he reads the text, covers his face and little hearts come out of him. It doesn't have any colors aside from the red hearts, if I recall correctly. Thanks in advance to the ones who can help me. I don't know. So I have a huge crush on my best friend's stepbrother, and he knows I like him, but we aren't really friends or anything. Whenever I would come over to their house, he avoids eye contact with me. I would ask questions not directly to him. He would answer but not looking at me. But there was this one time where we were practicing for drill with swords. I couldn't get it right, and he was the one who's teaching us. He called me by my nickname in that class, which was the first time, and I caught him smiled. But he's so awkward with me, even his stepsister notices it. What is this? What should I do to get him interested? Driving me crazy. So I recently met a girl at a friend's Halloween party. For some reason I can't stop thinking about this girl. I can't stop wishing someone like that could like someone like me. I'm not the best looking and not the worst looking, and I consider myself a genuine guy, but man does she look amazing with a beautiful personality to match. I just didn't know where to turn or go with this, so I felt like posting this here. She has me losing my mind, and I don't have the guts to let her know how I feel.